Hi folks, Norm DeSales here again, and today I'd like to talk to you about using a Twitter account in your integral marketing platform and how that helps you tie into your videos and your Facebook account and the other social media so it all works together. Now you're saying, why should I have a Twitter account? How's that going to help me? Well, the first thing is it's free, and everybody likes things that are free, right? It does a couple of things for you for free. You get free leads, you'll get free traffic, and you'll get additional great branding by engaging people in these conversations and letting them know that you're a real person and you're talking to them, you're following them, they're following you, and you're exchanging ideas back and forth in conversations, and also other things like videos and articles and things like that. It all ties together. Now, how do you set up a Twitter account? First thing you do is you go to www.twitter.com and fill out the registration instructions. They're pretty much universal for every account. And then you got to do a couple other things. You have to choose a username. Now, I would suggest you choose your own name. Now, evidently, everybody's name is not going to be there. John Smith, I'm sure, is already taken. But if you can, get your own username that's your own name. And that way, when people are researching you and when you're tying things back together, it all goes back to your name. So when people are doing research on you, they can find you. If you use a catchy phrase or something else that people may not recognize, it may be hard to them to recognize your brand and see who actually is talking. So I suggest you use your own name. The second thing you want to do is get a nice background. And there's a couple places you can go to get backgrounds. First place you can use is twitterimage.com, and that's free. They've got a lot of standard backgrounds. You can get one of those put on, a nice, cheery, happy background, whichever one that suits you and suits your personality is fine. Or they'll also do a custom background for you for maybe $100 or a little bit more than that. And there's a couple other of sites that will do custom backgrounds for you. If you got a little bit of money to invest and you want to make it fancy, make it look real pretty, you can use twitart.com, which is TWIT art.com, or you can use twitterbackgrounds.com. Those are both custom sites that they'll make a background for you, and you tell them what they want, they'll work with you, and it'll come out great. It'll look beautiful, but it'll cost you a little bit of money to get started. The next thing you want to do is you want to write your bio or your profile. Now for this, you want to do a couple of things. You want to upload a nice picture, something happy, something cheery, a little smile on your face. You know, this isn't work. This is social media, and you want to make your profile fun, interesting, and maybe tell a few things about you. You know, tell what you do, who you are, maybe a couple of hobbies of interest. You know, I like to play hockey. I like to play golf. I like to play all sports, as a matter of fact, and just let people know that you've got other interests besides just trying to sell them on your website. You know, that's not what it's all about. This is social media, and you want to engage them and get them to talk to you and let them realize you're a real person, and there's a lot of other sides to you than just business. Now with Twitter, there are a few general rules and the mindset you got to have to make this thing flow right and get it going. The first is you want to put out content. You know, you want to give value. You want to put out something, whether it's a review on an article or a tweet about a video you just saw that was really interesting, and then always add the link back to that so they can go back and check it out. Hey, I just saw this on this article, read this, it was great. If you want to check it out, go here. You know. Now, of course, the best thing to do would be to read the article, study it, and rewrite it, post it on your own blog, and then direct the people back to your blog. That would keep them in your loop, in your sales funnel, and then eventually they'll opt into your website. So whenever you can get something and redirect them back to yourself, that's probably the best way to do it because it keeps them in your funnel. But whether you do or you don't, you want to share content. You don't just want to pitch all day. Hey, you know, I saw this today, go to my website. Nah, that's not really what you want to do. People aren't going to follow you continually. They might do it once, but you're not going to gain branding and gain any trust like that. That's not what it's all about. Social media, and you give what you get. So, you know, you want to put it out there. You want to teach people and have them click on something that may go to your funnel, and then let them opt into your website, and it'll all flow a lot better like that. And the same goes for you following them, you know. Now, you're going to ask, where do I get content? What do I tweet about? Well, you can go to articles that you're interested in, read them, study them, again, rewrite them, post them on your blog. You can watch videos and post those links. You can get things from quotes from different people, Jim Rohn, Perry Marshall, any of the great guys, or you can get them from blog posts. There's a lot of ways to get content out there. There's a lot of things you can put out there and let people learn from you. And again, that's what you're trying to do, is give value, put out good quality content, and then pitch a little bit at the end. If you know you want them to go to your website eventually, but you can't just pitch all day. That's not going to work. And who are you going to tweet to? Well, you got to start adding followers. Now you can go, click on a tab that says Find People, and you can actually put in someone's name, a great person like a Mike Dillard or a Perry Marshall or Dan Kennedy, or you can put in subjects like MLM or network marketers or beach volleyball if that's what you want to do, hockey players if that's, and you'll get those type of followers there. And you can just click on them and start following them. And generally when you click on the box that says follow, generally they'll follow you back. Now you might say, wow, that's great, I can get this going and I can click on a couple 3,000 people tonight and blast things out tomorrow. That's not what Twitter wants you to do. They will suspend your account. When you first start going, maybe add 150 people a day for a couple of weeks to get your account built up. It's a social media. If they see you just adding, they're going to suspend your account and you'll be stuck in the mud and you'll have to start over. And that's not what you want to do. And again, you want to follow and people want to follow you back. And if you do that to a couple 3,000 people in a day, you're not going to be able to keep up with it anyway. So, and there's another rule that when you follow someone and they follow you back, you want to have as many people following you as you're following. So in other words, when you get up to the 2,000 person mark, you've got to have at least 1,800 people following you. You're following 2,000, there's got to be 1,800 following you. It's got to be within 10%. When you get over that, they'll stop you from adding anymore if you haven't got enough people following you. So if people aren't following you back, you may have to delete some to keep that balance and range, but when you're monitoring it every day, it's easy. You just got to keep it going, and the numbers rise together, and it works great. And then after a couple of weeks, you can add 250 a day. Then once you get up to a bunch of followers, you can add 300-400 a day, maybe even 1,000 a day once you get going. There's a couple of people I know that got well over 30,000-40,000 people following them. Now think of this. They're doing a tweet, 10-12 tweets a day to 43,000 people a day. That's amazingly powerful. Now if you can get even a small percentage of them following you back and engaging with the conversation, clicking on the links that you provided, and then opting into your website, you're bound to get traffic and leads and sales from that. This is how it works. So it's all about creating the thing, getting it going, letting it grow. It'll mushroom exponentially as you get going, and eventually you'll have great free traffic, excuse me, great free leads, and great sales from using Twitter alone. Now there's a lot more to Twitter than meets the eye, and I could talk about it for probably an hour, which I'm sure you don't want to hear, but I'll make another video shortly and go into more detail about how you can get some automated steps going so it's not quite so manual every single day. And if you want the rest of the story right away, you know where to go, www.newroadtoriches.com, and I'll get you started down your new road to riches right away. Thank you.